and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our second installment of Tech Tuesday for the class of 2026. What we're going to do tonight, let me throw up my slides. If this is your first time joining us, we'll do a little bit of a recap on what we did last time, and then we'll talk about some new stuff tonight. I figure we'll take about 20 minutes or so. Shouldn't be. We try to keep these relatively short. So without any further ado, let me advance my slides and get started. I'm going to drop a copy of the slides in the chat for tonight, which it's uploading right now. So I just threw the slides for tonight in the chat, and certainly we'll send them out at some point in the near future. So what we did the last time, we had just talked about support, and that our help desk is available every day, Monday through Thursday from 8 to 1. And Mr. Burles and the team are there for questions, and if you need help accessing certain systems, or you need to get your laptop checked out, any of that stuff, the team is there to help you. We talked about devices and deadlines. We actually ordered our devices have been ordered. Our MacBooks actually came in, which we were really surprised how quickly they came in. I know there's still a significant lead time on the iPads, but the MacBooks are in, and we'll be working on them in the next few weeks. Again, with a target, hopefully, of the end of July, beginning of August, depending on when we get the iPads. ID cards. I will go back over again. I know I have it in the deck, but the deadline is Thursday for pictures. If you haven't sent in your picture yet, please do so to helpdesk@bergencatholic.org. That would also be helpful. And then we talked about the BC email address, and we went over how to access that. And get on and make sure you're checking that on a daily basis. Okay, so that was the stuff that we did. I just want to let me just point out two things before we do new stuff. This is our Bergen Catholic BCTV YouTube page, and on that you'll find a playlist with all of the Tech Tuesday episodes, as well as other content that BCTV creates throughout the school year. But you'll find any of our past episodes of Tech Tuesday there if you want to watch them, go over them, what have you. And tonight's will be up there at some point, probably tomorrow. So this is a good resource for you, and as well as during the school year to watch our morning shows and any other content we put up. We put it up here. And then this is what I said about ID cards. Please make sure you take that selfie, that headshot, and send it to Help Desk before Thursday, so we can get those cards printed so that we have them for you for the start of the school year. Okay. If you have any questions as we go along, just put them in the chat, and I'll stop and answer them, or I'll depending where I am, I might have to hold off, but I will certainly get to everybody's questions if you have them. So where we are now. What I want to talk about is PowerSchool, and I knew I missed something in the slides. When you go to sign into PowerSchool is our student information system, and what you'll find in PowerSchool, you won't find a lot now. Actually, you won't find anything because you as students, I haven't rolled the new year over yet, so you won't be able to sign in yet. But I'm probably by the end of this week, beginning of next week, we will share course placements, and this is where you'll look to get them. So in order to, I just have to close out the year and do our end of the year process in order for you to be fully active in PowerSchool. But just so you have an idea of how to access, the URL is bergencatholic.powerschool.com. Your username is actually, let me change that real quick. It's 26, not 25. Let me just make that change. Go over here, just so you're looking at the correct information. Put that back up. So it's your first initial and your full last name, and the number 26 is your username, and your password if you're a student is the word Bergen. Okay, that will get you into PowerSchool, to the student portal. Now, again, it won't get you in right now because you're not active yet. Okay, you won't be active for another couple days, and once we send out, a notice about course placements, we will also let you know that you're able to access PowerSchool. All right, so you would go to the URL, you'll sign in, and what will eventually happen is it will prompt you to change your password. It will not do this yet, but you will be prompted for a username, a new password that's of at least 8 characters. Your current password would be the word Bergen, because that's what we set it to as default, and then you'll put in your new one, right? And that'll give you access to PowerSchool if you're a student, okay? If you're a parent, the procedure's a little different, and I'll walk you through it. So again, you'll do this once I roll over the new school year. So if you're a parent, you go to the same website. It's bergencatholic.powerschool.com. You'll click on Create an Account, which is on the top. Okay, and you'll click on the Create Account button. The next thing you'll do is you'll be prompted for your information. So you'll fill in the top with your desired name, password, okay, what you want. And then what we will do is we're going to email you the next half. So you'll pick the first part, and then the second part is we will send you an access ID and an access password, which will tie you as a parent to your student's account. Okay, so that access ID and password will be provided to you, sent via email in the coming days. Right. So again, the first part, when you create a parent account, the first part is the username, your email address, the username that you want to use, and the password that you want to use. And then the second part will be the access ID and password that we provide to you. All right. So once you have all of that together, you'll both students and parents be able to access PowerSchool. Excuse me. So once you get on PowerSchool, you'll be prompted with a menu. What's on the left? You'll see that you will have a class registration link, and that will show you your placements for this year. Okay, if you have questions about placements, at that, once you see them, you can reach out to me or to your guidance counselor, and we will make sure we get those answered for you. But I think we've pretty much got them locked in where they need to be. All right. The other thing that you will see is the tab on the top that says School Information, and that tab will provide you with, as we go throughout the summer, we will keep adding to this. We'll create your network credentials, your printing credentials. Eventually, your locker information will be up here. Your Blackboard information for parents, Naviance. We'll post this as the summer moves along. But we feel it's important that, if you want to get a head start now, you'll be in a good spot once we roll over PowerSchool that you'll be able to access. All right. Well, this is all of your password login information. When you click on that, the request class registration, you will see where you've been placed for the 22-23 school year. All right. So you'll see all your course placements. As freshmen, everybody will have English, world language, math, religion, science, social studies, religion, and then you'll have what we call our general period classes. So art, intro to business, engineering 1, and phys ed. Okay, and as well as your homework. And so all that will be posted for you on PowerSchool. I don't want to say that it's going to definitely, it probably will most likely be by Thursday, and we'll share information with you on how to access, and a reminder for those that weren't in attendance tonight on how to access. Right? So that is PowerSchool in a nutshell. It's really simple and straightforward to get on. And I think that will serve for you as your student information system. So anything you're looking for, attendance, grades, scheduling, you'll find it there. right? The next piece that I just want to show you, and again, this is where it's for students, it's ready to go, is Naviance. Now, Naviance you probably won't get to for a while into your freshman year. But Naviance is our career and college readiness portal. So accessing Naviance for students is easy because it's single sign-on. So I'm actually going to show you the easy way first. And the easy way is to go to, in your BC email address, once you go into Gmail, if you click on the app launcher, which is the tic-tac-toe grid on the top, and then what you'll do is click on Naviance. Okay? So once you click on Naviance, it will open, it'll open right into Naviance for you if you're a student. Okay? If you're a parent, we're going to share your access information. It's not single sign-on for parents. We'll share that with you. But just to walk through the process so you have an idea. When you go to our Naviance portal page, which is student.naviance.com/BergenCHS, you see it on the screen. As a parent, you will go, let me pull up the parent side. That's parents. Okay, so you'll click on new and I need to register. And once you click that, it's going to prompt you for a registration code, which we are going to send to you. And once you put in that registration code, okay, you will then be prompted for an email address that you'll use as your username, right, which you'll see here. Once you create a username, it's then going to ask you for a password, which you have to make sure that it fits the Naviance requirements. These are not our requirements; those are Naviance's. And then you're done. Okay. Now, parents, relax. This is not something you'll get in. Maybe you might get in once or twice freshman year. It's not. We introduce the freshmen to it to make sure they can access it, but some won't even use it until into the freshman year. So it's not something. Don't worry, it's not something you need to do tonight. So we will in the coming days. We're going to send you. We'll let you know once the PowerSchool portal is active. We will let you know when, and we'll send you your PowerSchool credentials and your Naviance credentials for parents. If you're a student, you'll be able to get in. You just can't change your password. Okay. Once we transition over, okay, you'll have your normal access. Which again, I'm hoping that'll happen the end of this week, the latest the beginning of next week. Okay. I do see a question in the chat about do any platforms have faculty, teacher, coach information? There's a faculty directory on the website. It doesn't have the actual email address of the teacher, but it's anybody. We are all first initial, full last name at bergencatholic.org. So if anybody's looking for that information, if there's somebody particular you're looking for, you could throw it in the chat, and I can I'll share that with you. So again, that's pretty much it. We're not trying to bombard you with a lot right now, but just little pieces of stuff that we're going to use. The next time that we have a Tech Tuesday will be on July 19th. And that will talk about Blackboard and also how to submit assignments and whatnot. So that's the next time that we will. And actually, as I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure the 19th. I think that's the wrong date. It's the week after that. It's not the 19th. It'll be the week after that. So I will get that sent out. Yes, a recording will be available, and I will send that out. Or Mr. Rose will send it out, but I'll put it on the BCTV YouTube page pretty much as soon as it's done and processes. So that tonight or tomorrow I'll get it up there, so you can go back and review it. Certainly, if you have questions. And when we can bring a laptop. Mr. Burles, I believe, is on the Zoom tonight, and I think he'll be able to tell you what's good. Mr. Burles, when do you want to have students bring in their laptops to get configured? Do you still want to wait a little bit, maybe after the July 4th holiday?
Everyone can bring it after July 4th between Monday and Thursday from 8 to 1. Just make sure they don't have any Apple IDs on it. It's not configured at all, so we're going to be easiest for us to set it up. So make sure you bring it with the first name, last name, the best number to reach you by, and also email in case we can't reach you by phone.
Okay. So there you have it. After July 4th, make sure that if you are using your own devices, make sure that you've signed out of your Apple ID, and you provide contact information in case of any questions. Okay. So I think that concludes it for tonight, unless there's any other questions anybody else has for me. Keep an eye on the chat. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us again, and I will see you in July. And hope you have a great 4th of July weekend. Thanks for coming, everybody.